I'm standing on a bridge over Zimmerman Avenue in Niagara Falls, Ontario. Now, this bridge is obviously not in use, so why is it even here? To find out, we need to go back about a century. This bridge may not look like much today, but this is a railroad bridge that's only been out of service for a couple of decades. To find out more, we need to head over toward the gorge, a couple of blocks that way. I think I'll go around.
This is the Whirlpool Rapids Bridge, located a couple of kilometers downstream from the falls. Its upper deck carries a rail line currently used by Amtrak and VIA for the Maple Leaf train between Toronto and New York City. The lower deck carries cars. An earlier suspension bridge at this location was built in 1855, but as trains became bigger and heavier, it became obsolete, so in 1896 construction began on its replacement. Very cleverly, the new bridge was built around the original bridge, replacing it bit by bit, so traffic could continue. Here's a photo of the new bridge being constructed. This new bridge opened in 1897. But this is not the bridge we're looking for. No, we need to look less than 100 meters upriver. This is the Michigan Central Railway Bridge, which opened in 1925. Like the Whirlpool Rapids Bridge, it replaced an earlier bridge. The Michigan Central didn't want to pay to use the bridge we just looked at, so it built its own bridge right next to it. From here, the line on the Canadian side turned toward the south. Because the bridge is above the level of the streets right next to the edge of the gorge, the railway crossed them on bridges, including the one where we started. Here's how that bridge looks from the street. In 2001, an agreement was reached to shut down this rail line, in large part because it ran through the tourist part of town. The rails are gone, even from the bridge, and as you can see in the distance, the bridge approach on the American side no longer exists. There are fences and barbed wire and presumably other security measures on the bridge to prevent crossings. We've already seen one of the bridges on the Canadian side. Let's follow the route farther south.
I'm here in Rosberg Family Park, just behind City Hall. The bridge where we started the video is a couple of 100 meters that way, and heading off behind me is the Olympic Torch Trail. Looking at it on the map, it has the classic appearance of a rail trail. It's long and narrow, it's mostly straight with only gradual curves, and it doesn't follow the street grid. Although it looks like the railway was here before some of the streets, because partway southwest of here, there's an area where the immediate adjacent streets follow the rail trail, while cross streets and streets farther away from it are more on the regular city grid. All right, let's head on down the trail. After walking a little over a kilometer from our last stop, we get to a gap in the trail. This is where the old railroad crossed over Highway 420, and here's a picture of the bridge abutment from that bridge. Now, on the other side of the highway, the path of the railway is more of a glorified sidewalk along the side of the street than anything else. So we'll skip that and we'll head about a kilometer farther down where the path picks up again. We're just behind the Skylon Tower, and there's another segment of the rail trail here, but it only goes one block south of here to Murray Street. Join me there. And here it becomes obvious why the railroad won't be coming back. That is the Niagara Falls View Casino and Resort, and it's built right on top of the old railway right-of-way. But we're not done yet. I want to continue on about a kilometer down the old right-of-way and show you something. And here, south of the touristy part of town, the tracks are still present. Just behind me there's a Y with tracks leading southeast along the river and southwest toward Welland. Now, as for the bridges we saw at the beginning of the video, why are they still there if they will clearly never be used again? I'm guessing, but I figure it's probably cheaper to do just enough maintenance to keep them from falling down than it is to demolish them. So, at least for the time being, those bridges will remain as reminders of Michigan Central Railway's route through Niagara Falls. That's it for the video. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you did, please like and subscribe.